Hey everyone, One Piece chapter 1018 is out, and I guess Shanks vs Who's Who was a fight after all, it did happen. But I guess this is a topic for another time. And so the chapter begins with us following what happened in the previous chapter, with Otama giving orders to all the gifters to aid Luffy and the Alliance in the fight to come. On the Nami side of things, I guess she's partners with Zeus now. To be specific, Zeus asked Nami to be her slave again, which was kind of, I don't know, cute. But Nami said no to that. She said, we can be partners instead. Which, I don't know, like, I guess it's a Nami thing to say after all of the history she has with Zeus, but a line like that I think should come after this arc. They should have worked together in this arc, and after the arc she should have announced to him that they are partners in the journey to come. But okay, well, it was fine like this too. And then we move to the CP0. From the looks of things, from the defections from the side of Kaido to the Alliance, the casualties Kaido's side has, the Kibbe Dangos that worked in the favor of the Alliance made the numbers look something like this. From Kaido's side, there are 16,000 troops remaining. If you remember, when the raid started, it was 30,000. And from the Alliance side of things, we started with almost with 5,000 something troops, and now we are in 9,000. So the gap is only 7,000. Things are getting pretty close, if you ask me. But in this scene, we learned that CP0 is actually there on Wano in order to kill Who's Who, because he is an agent that left the world government and he has a lot of information that the world government doesn't want to be leaked. They said that they shouldn't worry too much about it since Who's Who's opponent is JIMBEE. This was the transition to move to the Who's Who vs JIMBEE fight, which was actually, I think, this is one of the best 1v1s we had so far. It is revealed to us that the real grudge Who's Who has is with Shanks and not with Luffy. With Luffy, he's just mad that he's using the abilities of the fruit he was supposed to protect. But with Shanks, he really has a beef with Shanks, since he's the one that made him lose face to the world government and actually make a run for it. The fight continues with a lot of Fang pistols from the side of Who's Who. JIMBEE actually dodges them, which makes Who's Who make a racist joke about fishmen. Like, I didn't believe you could move so fast if you're not in the water, and etc, etc. Of course, JIMBEE calls his racist side, and he says that this kind of language is not acceptable anymore in our times. And then we have the revelation, we have a very interesting story from Who's Who. When he was in prison, in Impel Down, he was about to lose his mind, but then there was a guard that told him a story. The guard told him to pray to a certain someone for salvation. Who's Who said that apparently slaves in ancient times believed in a legendary warrior that would eventually come and save them. They called him the sun god Nika. It was said he would bring laughter to their faces and free them from their suffering. And he continues his statement saying that who knows if he really existed though. Does this remind you of someone? I think this is the clear legend, the myth that was carried out in the centuries to come, that originates to Joy Boy. I think this god is probably Joy Boy, that tried to free the world in ancient times, probably failed, leaving the poneglyphs behind and arriving today with Luffy fulfilling that role. If you remember, Hyogoro also said something like when he saw Luffy in Gear 4th that he looks like a guardian deity or something like that. So maybe this god Nikai was actually Joy Boy from ancient times, and he actually existed in some shape or form despite making him a legend and a myth. Who's who wanted to ask JIMBEE about this person and if he actually has any information about all this, since JIMBEE was the captain of the Sun Pirates. Because he's the sun god Nika, get it? And since the fishmen, throughout the history of the One Piece world, they're actually slaves. So, in who's mind, if someone has some information about this legend, it might have been JIMBEE. JIMBEE of course doesn't want to give this kind of information to the racist who's who, goes on the offensive, punches him in the face and says that he doesn't have to share any information with him, throwing him a Fishman Karate ultimate technique Gargoyle Tile Fist. And that's where the chapter ended. Unfortunately, we have a break next week, but we might even make a theory video. I know I am not making a lot of videos as of right now since it's summer and I'm not always at home. So whenever I get back home, I throw out a video and I'll continue to do so. Anyway, thanks again, this was Anime Speech. Make sure you are subscribed, like the video since it helps the channel grow a lot, and I'll see you all in the next chapter. Bye.